Hey everyone, this is Greg Santos in the basement of my house. As you can see, I have a taped up finger, broke it within the last week, and right now the world is a little wild out there, right? It's hard to really know what to do at this time of the COVID-19 virus, and things are being canceled left and right. Our kids are out of schools, universities are closed, people aren't working, and we're just left to see what we're going to do. And so sometimes you could feel a little bit helpless, and I know I do. And with my family, we're doing the best that we can in the circumstances. We're in relatively good health, but we're making sure to self-distance from other folks just in case. But anyway, I wanted to take this time out to do something that I'm able to do, is read some poems. And I'm thinking of reading a selection of poems from my book, my first book, The Emperor's Sofa. And just because the Emperor poems take place during the time of this crumbling empire, and the Emperor is struggling to hold things together, and is a bit of a crazy figure. And in this crumbling empire, there are his subjects who are just trying to get by. And sometimes I feel like that's what we're doing here. But anyway, hopefully these poems either lift your spirits or just kind of give you some food for thought. All kinds of stuff that I've had planned for the next coming months have been canceled. My new book, Ghostface, launch has been canceled. The book is still coming out, which I'm really grateful for DC Books. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do another live event of some kind. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to read some poems from The Emperor's Sofa, and hopefully you enjoy. All right. Vigil. The Emperor sits in his rocking chair, projecting this city into existence, and has no memory of ever sleeping. The Emperor's Heart. There are days when I feel as if I'm a bystander in the midst of a fierce nighttime battle, arrows zinging by with every step. But today I feel as if a force field has enveloped my heart, and no matter how many flesh wounds I receive, I am certain my heart will come out unscathed. My heart is a white butterfly mounted in an iron shadow box. Reveille. Dust had gathered on the Emperor's eyelids. He had been hiding for years, months, days. One day he emerged from his cave, blinking at the unfamiliarity of it all. People had turned into clocks. It was the miracle he had been waiting for. He leaned over and watched, the miniature train circling his ankles. The train was a carnival of lost souls. People leaned out the windows, some tumbling out like acrobats, only to be gobbled up by shadows. We started playing hide-and-seek with flashlights and yelling because everyone else was. We weren't sure whether they were crying or laughing, and did both to be safe. Travels around the empire. Lurching through the brush, we hear the wind breathing like a horse. A smudge of red, A cardinal flies through charcoal trees. Somewhere a twig snaps. We hold our breath and wait. The compass is broken. Abandoned picnic tables, chairs, and cutting boards reduced to kindling for nocturnal fires. We must keep moving. It is a creature that can't hold still. We are the last of our kind. Hold my spindly hand in yours. Trust me, I need you. Hyenas are cackling in the dark. Ignore them for now. We will burn the wind chimes for an hour. We will wait as if in wait for battle, then make our way to the desert over the horizon. And there we will trudge, with the engorged moon on our backs, over crescent dunes and hills. I hope that the wind covers up our tracks. I'm trying to just see if a few other ones that would be good. This one makes me think of a certain someone down south who will remain nameless. The Emperor's insomnia. The Emperor can be found roaming his beloved palace gardens, through the pavilions, the hedge mazes, and atop the man-made mountains. Sometimes the Emperor stands peacefully by his window for hours, gazing beyond his palace walls at the gray moonscape in the distance. At dawn, when the tiny figures of villagers emerge, which to him all look like flies on a windowsill, the Emperor feels a seismic rage erupt within him. Every morning he has a giant pearl crushed into his juice to accompany his breakfast of poached ostrich eggs on toast. Only after this meal can the Emperor safely get through the day without feeling as if he is caught in a Venus flytrap closing its teeth. But the buzzing outside is becoming more ferocious, and those tranquil days are growing few and far between. This next short poem is called We Are Mist. I am preparing for the blizzard. The kindling is burning in the wood stove, but there is no light. I am pacing in circles, blazing a charred ring into the hardwood floor. Shh. Say your prayers. Be thankful we are missed. Okay, just a few more. Thank you everyone for continuing to stick by while I read these. I hope they bring some solace at this time. It's like everybody turning to watch Walking Dead and The Contagion and some of those apocalypse movies. Somehow it feels strangely comforting. Nomads. Stragglers at the outermost border of the planet. Their lanterns string out between them like Christmas lights adorning the margin of the ocean. They have traversed flattened deserts and smoldering plains to reach this strand, where they wait together for the miracle which would justify all their wanderings. I imagine each rucksack filled sparsely with matches, perhaps a flask, a blackened skinning knife. Their only chatter comes from an argument between wave-strewn stones. We all listen, as if eavesdropping on a quarreling couple, outwardly mortified, but secretly unable to pry ourselves away from the tumult peppering our ears. There's just a couple more here. Restlessness. After lunch, Uncle Casimir grew restless and paced to and fro so much that we had no choice but to put him up for adoption. The mountain's violent vibration was scornful laughter. The Emperor stopped and stood by the ocean. So this is the edge of darkness, he thought. My reign of terror is at its end. Thank you, he said as the waves engulfed him.
I've looked and looked, but where have all the songbirds gone? Sorry, I don't know how to hold still. They spent the whole summer at the Banff Springs Hotel, seeking good air on the advice of their doctors. Blindfolded before the firing squad, I realized my baggage was the least of my problems. Ding went the fasten seatbelt sign. Ding goes the hotel service bell. Nothing says inevitability like standing in the path of a moving train. A moment of silence. The mechanized birds bending the telephone wires into smiles have ceased twittering. The emperor is dead. All his subjects are rejoicing and tossing their hats. The war has finally come to a close. His soldiers are crying and beating their hair and tearing out their chests. Now, what are we to do? And I'm going to end with a love poem. Picnic by the Sea. An apocalyptic love poem. You were wearing your best summer dress, and all around us seagulls burst into flames and plummeted to the sand. We sat on our sheet, skewered the singed birds with twigs, and nibbled them under the bruised sky. The exploding heavens are like fireworks in July, you said, as I reached to warm your icy hands. And judging from our gentle picnic adoration, one would not have known the world was ending. Mountains on the horizon groaned, the ocean boiled to an inky frenzy. Our limbs stiffened into Rodin poses. The last thing I remember was how I desperately wanted to kiss that smudge of soot off your nose. Alright, well, again, those are poems. I call them my Emperor poems from The Emperor's Sofa, which was published by DC Books in 2010. My new book, Ghostface, is scheduled to come out this spring, May. I don't know when I'll have a launch for it, but my publisher did say it's coming out, so I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for you all for listening. I hope you find something good to read to yourselves, have some time to maybe write, do something creative, and be with your loved ones if you're able to. I know not everyone's able to do that, so I think these social media videos or being on social media can actually be really beneficial right now. So reach out. Let me know if there's anything you want me to read. Again, maybe I'll be doing a launch online in the near future. Maybe I'll do more readings like this, but this was therapeutic for me. Gave me something to do. And anyway, take care. Wash your hands. Be safe and take care of yourselves. This will be my salute.